Black History Month is an integral part of our nation's tradition, in which we continue to recognize and promote positive, impactful individuals. The Sports Shop with Reese and K-Mac, Salute to Champions, would like to recognize this individual for their contribution.
I have a dream. I got a dream.
Well, we part of recognition is identifying individuals who have significant achievement in their respective fields, but more importantly, impact others to do the same. And when we first met this young man, we were so blown away that we was thinking about somebody nominated him, but we was thinking about him anyway. I mean, all the work he's done, particularly in the law enforcement area, and really getting Apex up to speed, and then providing the same type of leadership as the police chief over there. But now, the town of Apex, we got the mayor up in here, and we're so happy to have the honorable, if you will, mayor of Apex, North Carolina, Jacques Gilbert. Mayor, how you doing today?
The peak of good living, man. I'm doing good. Appreciate y'all having me here.
He's at the peak of good living.
Yes, sir. I got to give my town props,
And by the way, he's the first black ever to be elected in that position, and congratulations on that. That's why you're here. Not only for that, but for the other things you're doing.
Thank you.
When we look at people that we recognize for these opportunities, we really seriously thinking about what they're doing, but more importantly, who have their influence to do the same. Talk about that in your space.
Well, yeah, so I want to start out by saying, if you would have asked me this, let's say at the age of 16 in high school, mayor of my hometown, absolutely not.
Wow.
That was something that I would have never, we use the word dreamed of.
Yes.
It wasn't even on my radar.
Right.
So I want to say I had people that influenced me, all right, and said, I'm going to inspire you to do better things. And as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I had to change my thinking, and then I just continued to just walk the walk and went on the police department and continued to just achieve things there. And then it was my daughter who said, "Dad, why wouldn't you consider being the mayor of Apex? It's wide open. Just walk into it."
Wow.
I said, "Are you crazy?"
She said, "Just walk in."
She said, "Walk in."
Why not? Why not you, Dad?
I'm not a politician.
Right.
And she says, "It don't matter. The people want to see a real guy in the seat."
Wow.
All right. So, you talk about me inspiring people.
Yeah.
People inspired me. And a younger person being my daughter, she inspired me. So, but going back to your question, you know about Blue Lights College.
Yes.
All right. So continuing my efforts there to help
talk
young
about
people.
what that is real quickly.
Yeah, that's a police preparatory college, and it's designed to really help people just kind of rise up and take their position and really make a change in policing. We definitely have an issue in policing, a disconnect between community and policing, police officers rather, and we just want to do something different, and that's just kind of do a call to action to communities that historically have not had a good relationship with police. Well, get inside and make a change. Become a police officer and help change the things that you were complaining about.
Wow.
We're talking with Jacques Gilbert, a 2020 Salute to Champions Award recipient from the Sports Shop. And it was now the mayor of Apex, North Carolina, right here in North Carolina, but you're formerly retired police captain for the Apex Police Department for 29 years. It sounds crazy to say 29 years, doesn't
it? It
does. For 29 years. And you also received the Champion of Change Award from President Obama in 2015.
Wow.
You went to the White House to receive that award. So I Salute the Champions Award is kind of right up there with that.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think it might be just a slightly bit better.
Yeah, just a little bit
White
better.
House not listening in, right?
And in 2016, you were awarded the Citizen of the Year Award by the Apex Chamber of Commerce. And it goes without saying that you have numerous accolades. Of course, you've written 3 books, and you went to the FBI National Academy. So you've done a plethora of things. But talk about the drive to want to say, I've already been a part of the police department for 29 years. Now I want to be the mayor. I've started Blue Lights College. I've done all these things. And the driving force behind all of these things is to be able to give back. Talk about the mission of giving back and what that means to you.
Wow, that's good. Well, I would say, let me start with retirement. So when I made the decision to retire, it's, that root word is tired. I'm not tired. I just decided that I wanted to do something different. I felt like my call at Apex Police Department was over. You just know.
Wow.
And but I didn't want to stop because I really believe that people need help. and we need people in places of influence to help other people or more people. So that's really what my drive is. I just want to continue to help as many people as possible. And I thought, when my daughter thought it would be a great opportunity to do that in the assignment of mayor. And I said, why not? And my son said the same.
Yeah.
You know, Dad, you already are the mayor. Just step into it as well. So that's really what my drive is. I'm also a man of faith, and I believe we're all called to something. We all have a purpose, and what you guys are doing, you're inspiring people. So we just have to, I guess, recognize that and step into it and just walk it out. And that's what I want to do.
We're talking to Mayor Apex Jacques Gilbert, who's a 2020 recipient of Salute the Champions award, which we give out each and every year to a specific group of people. And I ask this question often of recipients when they come in. Outside, you mentioned your daughter and of course your family. Who are a couple of people that really inspired you and kept you on the right track, if you will, and then allow you to be where you are now?
Let's see, Reese.
That's good.
No,
it ain't us. It's this microphone. The microphone will challenge you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's really just you know, I do a lot of listening to people and looking, and it's people that really, I mean it. What you guys are doing, it's like, man, you know, they just had the courage to do it and just continue to walk it out.
Right.
Despite the resistance,
yes,
or despite, like, that's never been done before. So I just kind of watch people that have done things like that. We have to talk about the great one, President Barack Obama, who came before us and just said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and let's see what happens, and have the courage to do it. So I just say people in the community all over that kind of inspire me to do things.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've written 3 books. Can you go into detail about why you chose to, author books and how your message gets portrayed through those?
Oh, good question. So those books were all law enforcement books. So again, there are a lot of people out there that want to step into a role, and they may not have the confidence to do it, or not really understand what it takes to get it done. So those 3 books were written to inspire people to be police officers, and just to help people understand they all have a purpose in life. And so those 3 books were that. The content of that. So
we're talking with Jacques Gilbert, who is the mayor of Apex, but also the 2020 award recipient for our Sports Shop Salute the Champions Award. And I'm gonna ask you a tough question here. As a career law enforcement officer, how do you speak to, and now I have an opportunity to be, kind of the people's champion, so to speak, being the mayor, right? Being representing, the people. How do you speak to people that kind of say law enforcement is not for everybody? Law enforcement doesn't seem to be fair to people of color. Law enforcement, is jaded, it's corrupt, it's all of these. How do you speak to some of those, especially being a career law enforcement officer?
Yes. Well, I would say my response would be, there are some things in law enforcement that needs to be changed, seriously. And I've been right in the middle of it, not saying I've been part of it, but I've seen it. And again, it goes back to this. What are you going to do about it? Like, what's your part in it? And it may be doing something like this, or it may be, well, I think I can put on the badge and help be one of the good ones and help change my community. So I just want everyone to, it's great to go protest. It's great to bring awareness to it. But what's the next step? What's the solution? And so I'm a solution-driven guy, and I just want people to understand they can do something toward making law enforcement better.
I like that.
But not until they do that, it'll continue to be status quo.
And it's ironic. Those sentiments is something we share many, many times on this show. And after the protest,
we'll ask now what in a minute.
Yeah. What is the
not what
implementation? How are you going to implement something? What's the plan going forward, as opposed to just having a one-off with a protest or whatever? Again, we're talking to our 2020 recipient of the Salute the Champions. He's a champion in his own right. Trust me. We're talking about the mayor of Apex, Jacques Gilbert. And so last question for me is the fact that you've done so much. And obviously with book, you've been an author, you've been a police chief, now you're a mayor. What is the one single thing that you are most proud of?
Well,
that's a tough one.
I would say
some of the things you're proud of.
Okay. I'll say being a father to my kids. That's the main thing, because that's important to me.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure they succeed. So I want to make sure what I'm walking out, they can look at and say, I'm proud of that. and they can be inspired to do even better.
Right.
So that's one thing, and then of course just giving back to my hometown, just making it better than what it was before I took office as mayor.
Yeah, this guy, he's so awesome. I was part of a group that was trying to put together a movie for this guy. Seriously, you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
Seriously,
so long ago.
they were meeting to put together. Hey, let's do a movie on this guy. But man, we are proud to have you
That's
part
pretty cool,
part of this class.
like
Seriously, though,
Yeah.
along with the others, and you'll hear more about it. But Jacques, congratulations.
Thank
man.
y'all so much for this, man.
We
Good
appreciate
stuff,
you.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.